The market is so hot right now. Inventory is down. If you're thinking about selling, it is truly a great time. It is a seller's market.
Hello and welcome to Senior Life Publications Ask the Expert podcast interviews, where we talk about all things involving healthcare, finances, free resources, and other important senior-related topics. Hi, I'm David Moss, publisher of Senior Life Publications, which is a free resource you can find throughout Tampa Bay.
And I'm Stephen Halstead, the sales manager for Senior Life Publications. We're back in our little home here at Village Inn 4th Street. We're happy to be back here, our little coffee spot where we started, and it just feels like we're home again, right?
It's nice to be back.
It is nice to be back. Well, today, guess who we have today? You're going to love Katherine. She is one half of one of the premier real estate teams here in Pinellas County. So Katherine, thank you for being here on this cold morning.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Now tell everybody watching who you are and exactly what you do.
My name is Katherine Larkin. I'm with Century 21 Real Estate Champions. I am a realtor. As you said, one half of a team. The team is called the TomKat team. My husband, Tom Steck, he joined me about 10 years ago, 12 years ago in the real estate business. So we decided to be TomKat.
I love it. That's a great catch.
Thank you.
That's really cool.
Well, you know, we started to be TomKat around the time Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes.
Oh.
You saw TomKat everywhere, and we're trying to think of a name, and I thought, if it's good enough for Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes, it's good enough for us.
I always wonder what the origin story was behind that.
that's
It's a good catch. Good catch.
Well, Katherine,
They broke up, but we didn't.
Yeah, right.
Thank goodness.
Well, Katherine, we're thrilled to have you on Ask the Expert. Tell us a little about what you're doing, some of the new things you're up to, and just kind of catch us up on what you've been doing.
Well, as you know, I am a senior real estate specialist. That is our focus. And some of the new things we're doing, I've been really working heavily on our YouTube channel. So it is the TomKat team. So please find me and like me and all of the above. But what I've decided is that there's so much that the senior population needs to know when it comes to real estate, as well as the adult children of seniors.
That's right.
That I started my YouTube channel really focusing in on helping the seniors. I mean, there's a lot of other things there as well, but the main focus is dealing with seniors and what they have to deal with, and as well as adult children.
Well, so SRES, you said Senior Real Estate Specialist. So explain exactly what that is, because I think a lot of people, it kind of goes over their head.
It does. Basically, Tom and I have an extra designation. We have gone through extensive training in how to deal with the senior client. This is Pinellas County, St. Petersburg. We have a lot of 50-plus people. The beginning of my career, I dealt with a lot of seniors. So I learned a lot through trial and error, and then I decided to get my designation because I could really hone in on specific skills that I felt I did not have.
And it's important, I think, because the senior population is a different population. And in some cases, you may be dealing with someone who really doesn't want to sell their home, or has to sell their home and doesn't want to sell it, and have to move maybe, or maybe families are moving in and families are merging a lot more now. So having an understanding of what their needs are as opposed to just the general public is huge.
Correct. As an SRES, our training has helped us learn a lot of different aspects. For example, I'm not a mortgage broker, but I know enough about reverse mortgages that if I'm sitting down with someone and I'm like, you know what, they don't need to move. Why are they moving? Maybe they need to do a reverse mortgage. So I don't necessarily, when I'm dealing with someone, go and say, okay, I'm going to list and sell their home. Let me find out what their needs are. Maybe they just need home health care and a reverse mortgage. Maybe the best thing is to sell. So that's what I love about being an SRES, is that it's given us that extra training to be able to really listen and identify what the client might need.
That's fantastic.
So Katherine, why did you specifically go more towards the senior market, say in just real estate in general? Because obviously in the Tampa Bay area, it's always popping with other interests. But why specifically did you think that seniors were your topic of real estate?
Way back 21 years ago, a few of my first transactions were dealing with seniors, and I was not a senior at the time. And I realized, wow, there are a lot of seniors in St. Petersburg and Pinellas County. And what really focused me in was dealing with my mother when it was time to sell her dream home. It wasn't her home that she raised us in, but this is my mother was a divorced woman who was able to, on her own, purchase her own home. She got the vaulted ceilings, the pool, the fireplace, everything she wanted in a home. She did this on her own, and she lived in it for quite a few years until it got to be too much. And unfortunately, she could not do a reverse mortgage. There were a few things we could not do to keep her in the home. So when it came time for us to sell the house, I'm a realtor, I know what I'm doing, but it was so emotional dealing with your own parent.
Correct. Situation is different.
Situation is very different. And I had to also respect how much money I knew she was going to make out of the sale. And I knew that money was going to take her until the end of her life,
Try to
which I was
sustain
hoping
her, right?
for a long time. And I had to learn so much because I knew there wasn't enough money. At least I didn't think there was enough money to hire the experts. I've since learned I was wrong. Should have hired the experts. So I did a lot of investigation, a lot of training that I did to help my mom. And when we finally moved her into an assisted living, I went, wow, I really learned a lot. So
And you can take that knowledge and
help other seniors, but especially the adult children of seniors, because it's not easy. And here in Florida, we have a lot of transplants. We have a lot of seniors who retired here and their adult children is in another state and they feel lost. What are they going to do? How are they going to protect mom and dad when they live so far away?
Wow.
So learning from that experience, you really got a lot of, I guess, good feedback, and that's kind of where it kind of
Correct.
directed your...
It did. I had sold and worked with a lot of seniors prior, but once I was dealing with my mother, that's when I said, boy, do I know a lot, but boy, is there so much I don't know.
Wow. You don't know what you don't know.
Correct. And that's when I thought,
great experience,
let me
right?
get the designation. And that is kind of when I opened my eyes going, wow, I shoulda, woulda, coulda. So I kind of wish I would have known those things ahead of time, but that's life. That's the way it is. So I'm trying to take my skill sets to help other people dealing with the seniors.
It's great. Mm-hmm. So how has the market changed because I know that a lot of people are still moving to Florida during this pandemic that we're almost a year into, right? But has it changed in other ways? Because I know that like snowbirds aren't coming down. I mean, people are moving permanently, but has it changed the landscape?
It has changed. Now, I did read an article that there was a northern state plus Florida were the two strong states for van companies, moving companies, bringing people into the state. So because of COVID, everybody wants to come south for the most part to really enjoy the warm weather. COVID has really changed the dynamics of right now, we don't have as much snowbird business. We do have people moving down, but we don't have as much snowbird business, seasonal business that we used to have, and that's changed. However, the market is so hot right now, inventory is down. Single family homes are, if you've got your house priced decent to a little high, you are selling it. As long as you fix it up and make it look good, the market is incredible. Inventory is down, but sales are up in terms of the price point. So there are some homes that are selling so much higher than they were last year or even last month.
Okay.
So I've had a few people even call me because they want to find out, do they have equity in their home? Should they take that equity, sell their home, and maybe buy something smaller as they retire? That way they don't have a mortgage. Is there equity to maybe upgrade and do some things in their home? So if you're thinking about selling, it is truly a great time. It is a seller's market.
I would never have thought that, just based on we're all kind of in a bubble a little bit. Some of us are more than others, but you just feel like the world has stopped, but the world hasn't stopped.
The
at
world
all.
hasn't
Right.
stopped. And what I find interesting is you always really want to know what's going on in the real estate market.
Tells you a lot
because
about the area.
It does. It tells you about the economy.
Yeah.
Because think about it. If you buy a house or a condo, you're going to want to paint. You're going to want to update something. So you're going to call a plumber or a contractor, a handyman. You're going to go to Home Depot. So they feel that real estate keeps the economy going. So I hope our interest rates still stay very low. I'm refinancing 2 investment houses, and as an investor, I'm getting a 3% interest rate.
Wow.
That's unheard of for an investor.
Wow.
So hopefully interest rates stay low.
That'd be great.
So now's the time, is what you're
Now's
saying.
the time.
Act now.
Now is the time.
So really, Katherine, why is it important to work with someone like you in your profession, especially if I'm a senior, I need to know these specific things. So when I do, say, refinance or retire or go into, say, an assisted living facility, how much of an importance is it to go to a professional like you with all your certifications to get them down that road, to know that they can trust what you're telling them is true?
First of all, I love what I do, and I feel compelled to make sure I help people. It's a business, yes, but I love it, and I love the satisfaction of knowing I've helped someone. I don't know everything. There's a lot I don't know. I am known for my negotiation skills. Before I even knew I was a strong negotiator, a gentleman hired me once, and he said, I hired you because you're a strong negotiator. And I was earlier in my career, and I'm like, what? How did you know? What? I'm like, okay. He says I'm a good negotiator. I guess I am. So my compassion to help the person get to the next place, because I know what I dealt with my own mother, my own family. And also because I have built a wealth of referral services. So if I need someone to help you move out, to do an estate sale, to go to an assisted living or a nursing home, I know enough people that I can confidently refer someone to. So if you do need to sell, I can help you with the entire process, not just the actual contract.
And I can attest to that because I've worked with you in the past as well. And I know what you're doing out there. You're well known and among the industry, and people like you, and they know that you do a good job, and that's what's the most important is. So, and I think it's fascinating. I don't know anything about real estate personally, but if I needed help, I would give you a call, that's for sure.
So how do every viewers that watching get in touch with you and talk to you about what you do?
They can definitely give me a call, 727-709-0378. But you can also find me on YouTube. I have a beautiful, I hope, YouTube channel. It's called TomKat Team, the TomKat Team. I'm on Facebook, the TomKat Team. I have a website which is tomkatrealty.com. So I'm throughout social media. It's easy to find me.
And you can find her in our magazine.
And I can find magazine.
Don't forget that.
Well, Katherine, thank you so much for being here. As always, it's a pleasure to see you. We're so happy to let our audience get to know who you are.
Thank you.
So yeah, again, you can check her out in our magazine. You can also check out the Village Inn in our magazine. We're happy to be back here at the Village Inn on 4th Street North in St. Pete, hosting us. And if you haven't been in, come on in. They're safely distancing and serving food. And they have a wonderful 55 plus menu if you haven't checked it out yet. So come on in.
Well, thank you so much, Katherine, for joining us today. And thank you, too. And if you want more information about these great videos like what we just ended up doing with Katherine, please visit us at Ask the Expert Podcast. And you go to our YouTube channel and just type that in, and it will pop up with other information and great videos just like the one that you ended up seeing. Also, if you'd like a free subscription to Senior Life Publications, again, my name is David Moss. I'm the publisher. Please contact me at 727-430-5180, or you can go to the many doctor's offices, also libraries, and of course the Village Inns all throughout Tampa Bay and the senior markets that you find them in. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you again soon on Ask the Expert.
Have a good day.